Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cracking the Spiritual Code. I'm Randi Sands, and today is a very, very special day. We have a very busy man that has agreed to take time out of his busy schedule to join us. I'd like to introduce all of you to somebody that I'm very honored to be able to call a friend, world-renowned medium, Reverend John White. Welcome, John.
Hello. Thank you for this opportunity to share insights into cracking the code of being a medium.
Well, thank you for joining us, sweetheart, because I know you're very, very busy. And I asked you here, John, because what I would love for you to do is, in just a few minutes, let people know, for the person that's curious or the person that's just beginning to communicate with spirit, what would be your best advice for them to develop?
Okay, I'd be very happy to share that with you. Okay, let's go ahead and share that. Well, I believe it's important when you start to communicate with spirit or be aware of spirit is that you should really study your own mind first. For instance, all the really good mediums that I know have learned how to meditate, okay? So for instance, when I started to develop my mediumship, I didn't really know too much about this, but as soon as I learned how to meditate, I opened up what is known as the right side of the brain, the intuitive brain. And I started to get spontaneous psychic and spiritual experiences. So it's very important that you realize that meditation is a foundation of developing your mediumship. Now, what is the difference between a medium and a psychic? A psychic, good news is that you have a right side of your brain, then you're psychic. You may think I'm joking, but I'm not. So when you meditate, you leave the left side of the brain and you go into the right side of the brain and you wake up what is known as the gifts of the spirit. And what are the gifts of the spirit, intuitively speaking? Clairvoyance, the ability to see pictures. Clairaudience, the ability to hear. Clairgustance is a funny word, which means smelling and tasting, and of course, feeling, which is called clairsentience. So whether you're playing the part of a psychic or a medium, those are the 5 modalities that you have to go through. Now, this may sound silly, but listen, just because you can tune into people who have passed on, guess what? So what? Not everybody who's passed on is intelligent, all right? So for instance, it is important that you understand your own mind, and that is called developing your higher self. So here's just a little bit of a lesson. This may sound Eastern, but it is how your higher mind thinks. You're not your thoughts, you have thoughts. You're not your emotions, you have emotions. For instance, so if I wanted to tune into you, what I would do, I would think of you, or I think of one of your loved ones who have passed on, and then I would observe myself think. And whatever I'm thinking at that time has to do with your intuition, okay? So it is called becoming intuitively literate, knowing how to tell the difference between your thoughts and the thoughts of spirit, all right? Now, guided imagery meditation is an excellent way of developing your intuition for mediumship. That means, for instance, let me give you an example. Now, Einstein said imagination is more powerful than knowledge. So let's say you imagine you're walking along the beach, okay? So you want to try to activate all your 5 senses in your imagination. And what you're actually doing is you're exercising the 5 modalities of clairvoyance, clairaudience, smelling and tasting and feeling. And remember, those are the 5 different modalities that the spirit people are going to use. So do guided imagery meditations. Here's another tip. You don't have to invent the wheel. If you find out someone else who is working with their mediumship, study them. It's called mind mapping, and learn how they think. I come from a special town called Lilydale, where there are many, many different people who have developed their mediumship. So put yourself around other people who are doing it, and then they will also be able to help you. Okay, And that's just a little lesson or insight that I have at this time. And thank you.
Thank you so much, John. And I agree 100%. And as you know, I'm in Lilydale every year during season. And every year I learn more and more. And I just want to thank you on behalf of everybody that watches us for your time. Because like I said, I know that you're a busy man, you have a busy schedule. So I appreciate it very, very much. And I'm sure everybody else does as well.
Thank you for asking me. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure, honey. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.